Good afternoon, guys. As you saw there in the intro, I showed you a bunch of flooding in PA. The rain has really hit us pretty hard up here. I know it's hitting even harder down in North Carolina, South Carolina area now. So I just want to let you guys know my thoughts and prayers are definitely with those guys. It's a shame. I've seen a lot of bad destruction down there already. It's terrible. But on a little bit of a lighter note, it's actually not raining here today for once. So I'm going to go ahead and give a review. I've been trying to put together a video about this for about 2 weeks now. It's my 1 year ownership of my Corvette Z06. So let's get right into it. All right, so I bought my Z06 about a year ago, September 9th, 2017 to be exact. And since around September 5th, I've been trying to put together a video to kind of go over my 1 year review of this car. I've had a couple different things that didn't turn out quite the way I wanted, and there was a bunch of rain, as you guys saw in the intro. So to find out a little bit more about the purchase of my car, though, check this video out up here. I already made a little bit of a video showing, you know, how much I paid for it and everything, so check that out. But ultimately, my 1 year review of this car. This is my 2015 Corvette Z06 with the Z07 package. And I have to be honest with you guys, this review, it's not good. It's freaking awesome. I love this car. Everything about the car is great. I have had no problems whatsoever with it. It is just a fantastic car. I'm gonna get into the details of it a little bit more, but I just wanted you guys to know I have had no problems with this car in the year I've owned it. I've put about almost 5,000 miles on the car, and every mile I've driven the car has just been fantastic. So like I said, knock on wood, I have not had any problems with the car. In the year that I've owned it, I've taken it to the dealership one time, and it was for a software update for the performance data recorder to kind of balance out the colors a little bit. So literally something I didn't even necessarily have to have, but the car was still under bumper to bumper, so I figured I might as well get all the software updates that were out there fixed. So I did that. The car itself, though, no squeaks from the target top. I know a lot of people had squeaks and noises from the target top. Nothing for me. No noises whatsoever. No rattles on the interior. I've literally driven with the car completely quiet as far as the radio goes. I don't notice any squeaks, rattles, bangs, nothing. The car is just phenomenal. Honestly, I never expected a car that was this performance oriented to have as few problems as it's had, which in my case so far, knock on wood again, has been none. The only issue that I'm noticing that's coming up is I'm actually definitely going to need new rear tires here very soon. And I have no idea why that would be. Now, I do drive the car typically between 2 and 4 times a week. So I can't say specifically on daily driving it, but I mean, 2 to 4 times a week is close enough that I can tell you that if you were to daily drive this car, you're not gonna have any problems either. I actually just rolled over 6,000 miles on the way to Carlisle this year. It's about to flip over to 6,000 miles. What better way to do it than a trip to Corvettes at Carlisle? There it is, 6,000 miles, boys. And now the car is at about 6,700 miles. So I'm coming up on the 7,000 mile mark, which, you know, is not a whole lot of miles, but for Corvette owners, it seems like it is kind of a lot. So I've gotten a pretty good feel of the car. I have a good idea of how it drives and how it rides and everything. And honestly, I would absolutely recommend this car to anybody that's looking to purchase one. I would get one. If I didn't have one, I would absolutely buy one just based on my review alone, because I am very, very picky with my cars. I go over every little detail, and as far as this car rides, this thing has far exceeded any of my expectations. If you guys are looking to get a C7 Corvette, honestly, at this point, I'd probably wait a little bit until the C8 comes out, because it's going to push the price of these down even further. And these things are already priced so well, I'm not sure how much better it can get, to be honest. But if it goes down any further, I mean, you'd be stupid not to buy one. Now, let's talk about some of the mods I've done to this car since I bought it. You can find these in a little bit more detail by, again, clicking up here, checking out a video I made a little bit ago about it. But just a real quick rundown showing some of the mods I've done. And just to let you know, these mods that I've done, they've been pretty tasteful, and they have not caused any issues as far as reliability or anything like that. So like I said, it is a Z07 package car, but the stage 3 canards here and the wicker bill in the back. They came with the car, but they were not installed, so I installed those. I installed the ACS tinted side markers on the front and back here on the rear as well. The car actually came with gray calipers, and I actually swapped them out for the red ones just so it would match the color of the car a little bit better. More of a what I was going for kind of look. I also put the GM mud guards on the rear and the ACS mud guards on the front to kind of try to help protect with any rocks or mud slinging up on the side. I also put 18% window tint on the entire car whenever I bought it. I also installed the ACS rear bumper diffusers. Don't mind the dirty tailpipes. I also put on the black lug nuts and the black center caps for the wheels. Those were originally, they had a chrome ring around them. I also have a BMS air filter in the car just to kind of help a little bit with the extra performance, and also a Borla X pipe, which deletes the secondary cats. So all that stuff, I've had no reliability issues with the car, even with that stuff installed. So it was a little bit of a bump in horsepower with the filter and the X pipe. No check engine lights, no reliability issues whatsoever. While I was swapping out the stock calipers, I also swapped over to Motul .4 brake fluid, and I also have the car lowered all the way down on stock bolts. Like I said, the mods I've done so far haven't seemed to have affected the car any way negatively. All it really has done is complement an already nearly perfect car. So just kind of going over the outside here, honestly, I wash the car probably twice a week, which is a little extreme, but I do like having it clean. And honestly, in the year I've owned it, in the 5,000-ish miles I've put on it, I have one rock chip right there. And honestly, I didn't even have that until my trip to Carlisle. So the car has withstood the road grime and everything in Pennsylvania pretty well. But back here, some of the road rash kicking up on the side here. I don't know how well that's going to come through on camera. It's not so much rock chips as it is just like literally getting blasted by road debris. It's not really chipping the way a rock would, but it's still, if you were to get one of these cars, if I could go back in time, I would have definitely expelled this entire area. Now we're going to take a look at the inside, go over the interior, see if there's been any wear and tear in the year that I've had the car. But before we do, let's go ahead and pop the target top off. All right, so let's check out the interior. Like I said, for the year I've had it, a little over 5,000 miles, there has been almost no wear at all on the interior. The Napa leather has held up very well. Like I said, I don't kick my car or anything whenever I get in and out of it, so that kind of stuff doesn't happen. But even the normal place of wear is right here, and nothing's happening. The seats have stayed in pretty good shape. The wear over here on the center console lid, there's no, indents here or stretched looking leather like I've seen on some people's. I don't know if it's just the Napa leather that keeps it in better condition, or if it's just me being a little bit more gentle with the car than most. But I mean, the interior, no different than the exterior, has worked out very well over the year I've had it. I see absolutely no concerns here whatsoever. Honestly, for me, the Corvette Z06, this is literally my dream car. This is a car I've wanted since I was a kid. Not specifically the Z06, but just the Corvette in general. And then when this Z06 came out, I knew it. It was without a doubt, it's my dream car. And it has held up so well. Everything has worked out so nicely with it that I can't knock it for anything. Though the only thing I can tell you is if you don't have one, go buy one, because it literally is the best car I've ever driven. And I am definitely a Corvette guy for life at this point. I always thought growing up that you had to be an old guy to be able to afford a car like this, or rich in some way, shape, or form to be able to get a car like this. And it honestly, that rumor kind of thing that floated around out there as a kid, that is what made it take so long for me to get a car like this. I was always telling myself, I can't afford this, I'm not old, my insurance is going to be too high. And whenever I went out and finally did it, I love it. And like I said, I am now a Corvette guy for life. I honestly don't know how Chevy is ever going to top this particular generation Corvette with the C8. I mean, it's still to be seen, but a lot of the stuff I've seen out there about the C8, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're going to top this. I really don't. This is just a fantastic car. Now, honestly, I also, after I bought this car, I also wanted to start a YouTube channel, and it really is because of this car that I found the confidence to go ahead and give it a shot. The car itself does most of the work for me. All I have to do is throw a camera in front of it. The car really is something that demands to be seen, and I love the fact that it makes my YouTube channel even easier. And honestly, this car, the amount of attention it gets is just something that should be shared with everybody. But with that being said, guys, as of this video being made, we are at 380 subscribers. And honestly, it just blows my mind. I haven't actually had a channel a little bit over 2 months. So in 2 months, we've gained 380 subscribers, and that's fantastic. I hope you guys will stick around, share it with your friends, let them know, just so we can get all this content out there, because I have plenty more content planned, and it's only going to get better from here, to be honest with you. But I appreciate each and every one of you. I love the fact that you guys are active in the comments section. Just keep it coming. Keep all the comments coming. Keep the love coming. I love how this channel is going so far, and please stick around for all the great content to come. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for the video. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Shoot any of your questions or comments down below. I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have about the C7 Corvette in general, how my year of ownership has been. Go ahead and ask down below. I always like to read your guys' comments, and it gives me something to kind of look at and maybe make future videos off of. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the Horsepower Obsessed community. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next upload.